Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Just popping on for a little brief moment to say hello. Hello, Pooh. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in. Crafty Leo says, hey, Miss Katrina. Sorry I'm late, y'all. Life is lifing over here, y'all. My last nerve. That's all right. We're going to talk about it tonight, y'all. What's really up? What's really up? So I hope you all are doing fine. I hope that you all are being safe and prepared. I talked to some of y'all on the phone, so y'all know Crafty Leo. I know I done hit you up on my other channel too, so y'all know I'm still around, but I'm just busy, busy, busy. Hey, Norma Boone, welcome in, welcome in. Crafty Leo says, doing what we can. That's right. That's all we can do. Do what we can and stay prayed up, y'all. I have never seen so much foolishness on the internet before in my life. Who says, I'm tired, Auntie? I hear you, baby. I hear you. I'm tired, too. They ain't trying to give me no days off, y'all. Look, I thought I was off today and didn't go to work. And then they called me about 9 looking for me because if I'm supposed to be there, I'm always there. How about I done read the schedule wrong and everything, y'all? I had to go to work. I ended up staying an hour late, but yes, I looked at that schedule all the way wrong. But I didn't get a whole lot of backlash for it. I just got the oh it happens, don't worry about it. And I'm looking at all of them like, yeah, well, I ain't worried about it, but y'all should have just let me go on and have the day off since it was after 12 when I got there anyway. But that's okay, y'all. So listen, I popped on y'all because we are getting our design space class together, and I will be sending out information on that. I had to wait for my cord to my computer to come in because for some reason my cord has a short in it and it ain't working. All right, let's see. Crafty Leo says, amen. That's the truth, honey. Who laughing? Yeah, y'all. I thought I was off today. I just knew I was off. I mean, when I tell y'all I knew I was off, I came out here. I fertilized all my plants. Then my mom came in. The car had broke down. Well, it hadn't broke. It was still drivable, but there was a problem, a $300 problem. So I had to take the car in and get it fixed. And y'all know that's money I ain't trying to spend. I am not trying to spend. So that did not make me happy. Let's see who we got in here. Bourbon Bubblegum. Welcome to the Crafty Corner. Says happy Wednesday and hello to all my fellow chatters. Welcome in. Pooh says Clyde, throwing you a kiss. Bourbon Bubblegum says Pooh. Bourbon Bubblegum says Crafty Leo. And everybody saying hi to everybody. Norma Boone is in the building. What else we got in here? Crafty Leo said, oh my. Hey, Miss Norma. They're throwing them dollar signs out. Yes, girl. Yes, Crafty Leo. Norma says hi. Miss B's Baskets and More is in the building. Says good evening, Katrina. Hello, hello. All right, y'all. So y'all know I've had to scale back on my presence on the internet, mainly because my presence at home has been more required. Um, there are now 7 people living in my house, and of course, we've had to acclimate to each other, so to speak, even though this is family. Um, when you have grown daughters that move back home, for whatever reason, each of them thinks that they're in charge. So I had to restore some order to the house because everybody was disturbing my peace. Your house is your refuge. It's supposed to be your peace, and everybody was disturbing mine. So I had to put some feet down and set up some schedules and rules for these kids. It has been nonstop because my youngest daughter, she was the last one to start working. So she had to go in, and this is just an example. Um, my grandson had to be to work at 4. I get off at 4:30. My daughter had to be to work at 5. My other daughter had to be to work at 6. Okay. Then I have one daughter. She will get off at 9. My youngest one will get off at 10, and my grandson will get off at 12. Um, so when I tell y'all it is a nonstop thing, and then my oldest daughter's husband goes in at 4. Okay, I don't have to be to work till 8 o'clock, which means somebody's got to get up and take him to work. We're doing all of this with one car that's on its last limb. My car, I had to have new spark plugs put in today. And then they're telling me the rings on the engine are looking bad and you might need a new engine. I'll buy a new car first. So it's just been, and plus the oil that we are pouring into this car every week is getting ridiculous. It is beyond ridiculous. Um, Buying groceries, of course, we got to eat, um, and still maintain these bills and stuff. And right now, there's nobody doing that but me. And I am so aggravated with, these grown-ups, that I'm a half a click from putting all of them out. And I told every one of them, I will put you out and smile as I lock the door behind you. That's where I'm at with them, okay? So it has been frustrating. I am trying to not become that person, but they are slowly making me that person. That one car that we have, one of my children thinks that when there's downtime in between shifts, she's supposed to run to town for God knows what, whatever. We will, I will pick her up from work. We will drive past 10 stores. I will get home and she'll say, "Oh, can I borrow the car to go to the store?" That's the kind of crap I'm dealing with, y'all. And I'm sorry, I'm just not built for crap. And any of y'all that know me, know I am not built for crap at all. And my kids should know this. My middle daughter has not been here that much because she's out working, pounding the pavement. She does bring groceries because her son is here. So she does go to the farmer's market, bring groceries and things like that. But I am just really kind of at my wit's end with the people in my house. Um, One of the things that we have been, I guess you could say, prepping for is the just in case, the just in case we have to leave this country, that kind of thing. Getting our passports together, making sure everything is in order, um, and these older ones, to me, they're not really taking it very seriously. And I've already told them, if we have to leave this country, I will leave you here. Just that simple. I will take the younger ones with me, and you old folks that don't want to get your shit together, because that's how I feel, y'all, will be here. Just that plain and simple. Pooh said, "Lord have mercy." Crafty says, "It sounds nonstop." Yeah, that part. Stephanie, hey Stephanie, welcome in, sweetie. She says, "Hey, beautiful, and happy Wednesday." Happy Wednesday to you too. Um, JCD, Miss Hope says she is praying for me. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Stephanie says, "Hey, Pooh." All right, let's see. Pooh says, God got you, Auntie. Yes. Yeah, he does. I'm just frustrated and aggravated because y'all, there are three things that I love to do, okay? I love nursing. I don't like the demons that I work with, but I love what I do. Um, I love doing my crafting and I love doing my gardening, okay? And I got a whole house full of people disrupting every bit of that. I mean, literally disrupting every bit of that, y'all. So I had to just take a step back and say, hey, you know what? Let me go over here on this side and regulate. Because I know that once I start regulating, when I tell y'all it's calming down now. Clearly you can see I was able to go live tonight. I still got to go pick these folks up from work. I'm going to see if my mom will do it because my mom doesn't drive when it's dark. But she can go and get Keisha and Chandrell and be back before it's real dark. So I'm going to let her do that. And then on top of all of that, I have been uh, putting my food and stuff in storage and whatever I've collected over what we actually eat. I'm storing. So I love you too. I'm sorry y'all miss me. I'm so sorry y'all. But I promise you, it ain't because I didn't want to be here. It's just sometimes you just have to take a step back and say, hey, you know, we got to get this stuff right. And that's just the bottom line, y'all. Poosa's life is lifting for everyone. Yeah, life is lifing for everyone. I got you, baby. It is. It is. It is. I just felt like, um, because you all are so loyal, you all are so sweet, you all are awesome, that I owe you at least that much to tell you what's going on and just be transparent with you. Um, some of my lives, not all of them, but there's been a couple of lives that I had to cancel. One because I had to work, um, and two because I was so aggravated and frustrated that I just I mean when I tell you my anxiety was up here and I couldn't get on and talk to anybody. I had to deal with what was going on here, um, and that's just where I have been. So, like I said, we are at a wind down on that. So now I'm able to focus on some other things like shopping hauls, which I will have a few of those coming up. Probably not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, because we got some big sales that are going to be going on down here. And then, like I said before, those of you that were on my last live, I did say that I will be changing the way I do some of my baskets. And I am. I still will be doing baskets, but I won't. I will be changing the way that I do some of those. So, who says yes, ma'am? Pour love into yourself. Yes, honey. Yes, I have to reclaim my peace. Um, let's see. Bourbon Bubblegum says, do you water bath or pressure can? I do both. I have a pressure canner and I have a one of the big stew water bath pots with the shelving in it and all of that. But I do both. Um, unless you just pressure can all the time, it's impossible to just water bath and not do any pressure canning because you can't water bath everything. And those of you that know, um, what preserves your food is the acid level in it. So if you are preserving food that is low in acid, like corn, for instance, corn that has a very low acidic content, um, you have to add something like citric acid or lemon juice to it, and pressure can it. Those foods low in acid, they don't recommend that you water bath those because what the goal is when you're canning and doing the water bath is to kill botulism. And y'all know if we see a dented can in the store, we've been told don't buy it. The can is dented; it may have botulism growing in it. Facts. All right, so that's the difference between the um, or what the deal is with canning. So um, you can water bath anything that's acidic except meats. You want to pressure can things like meats and stuff like that. But I do both bourbon bubble gum. Hope says we completely understand family over everything. Girl, I'm about to dump this family and be everything over them. Because when I tell you they pissing me off, y'all. I mean, pissing me thoroughly off. They really are. But I'm gonna behave, y'all. I'm gonna be a good person. Bourbon Bubblegum says, love pressure canning. I love watching people pressure can. In the summer, I can outside. Hang on, huh? You can outside. Uh, Too much heat inside. I know that's right. But now, I haven't had any heat issues in the house. So when I've got tomato basil a seasoning that I've made dehydrating right now. So I'm gonna be putting that in probably later on tonight, putting that in a seasoning jar. And I've already done parsley and stuff like that I've actually been cooking with. So I'm definitely gonna be doing a whole lot more canning. Right on Gibbs Creation says, Pooh, I have the shirt. That shirt. Cool, cool. Crystal's Unique is in the building. Says hello, everyone. Hello, Crystal. Pooh says, Mama, oh my. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have been up to, y'all. Now, I have been focusing more on the garden, and the main reason is because one thing I did that was going on in the very beginning of folks moving in and all these personalities getting together was a whole lot of arguing. However, when I'm around, that doesn't really happen. So I had to Lakeisha's, my daughter is on there. Hey Lakeisha, you better let me know what time you get off. I said 9 o'clock because that's what your grandma said. She says, love your lives. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, but I find that it's better if I'm out here on the back porch instead of down there in the shed. Um, at first, now it's getting to the point where I'm going to be going back to the shed here real soon because I got a lot to do in that shed, and y'all just getting all organized and everything, making me so jealous. Stephanie says, Katrina, I have that shirt. Well, I'm absolutely good at doing nothing. um, yes, ma'am. I got this shirt for like $2 or $3 at Walmart. They had a sale on stuff. And since I never buy myself anything, I bought me some shirts. Who says you need a drink and a good time? Let's go, Auntie. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Look, as long as I ain't got to wade through some water to get up there, because Lord have mercy, these floods and storms and all this other stuff. Well, Mother Nature is mad, y'all. And I know y'all, I don't know how much scrolling on YouTube y'all do, but somebody posted some mess about talking to these trees and stuff. And that man told them they better stop talking to these trees and leave these trees alone. Said it was demonic. And I was like, yeah, see, stuff like that, I don't like watching. So I scroll on through. Monique says, hey, Crystal, Stephanie, and Pooh. Stephanie says, hey, Monique, beautiful. Pooh says, hey, Monique. Sunflower is in the building. Says, hi, Auntie. Hi, beautiful. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for popping in. I hope everybody is having a lovely week. Y'all hear me complaining and everything, but understand it is getting better. All right, it is getting better. I'm carving out the time to um, get the things done that I want done, and um, we are learning to cohabitate and value each other. So it is getting better, and I am glad to see that. Bourbon Bubblegum says, can't wait to see your basket changes. Yep, 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 yep. Me either, girl. It's going to be when these vegetables is ready because I will be incorporating some garden baskets for people that want to start gardens that don't know where to start. Um, who says because you put your foot down, of course it's getting better. Yeah, you know, I feel you, Pooh, but I'm one of them kind of people that if you already know, I shouldn't have to put my foot down. And that's where I get irritated at. Like, really? I'm like, what? I really had to say that out loud? Really? So that's why I be getting irritated. I irritate myself. Because I be like, yep. I get mad because I had to say something out loud that I just think everybody should already know. Hope says you're not complaining and you're venting, yes. And how many times have y'all heard me vent? So I'm going to keep venting because I know I don't get on this app and vent a whole lot at all. Who says amen? All right, y'all. So like I said, it is getting better. I ain't going to take that away. Um, and I thank God for the personalities that I'm around in this house because I could have the ones that just don't care, you know, but when they know, what is it? So when we know better, we do better. And that is where we're at. So, you know, right now the complaint train is my mom. And I mean, oh my God. So I have to reel her back in sometimes because she can go out on the deep end with a complaint. And I'm just looking at her like, Mom, seriously? Nobody woke up this morning and said, hey, I'm going to mess with Pauline today. No, no. Those are not the kind of people in this house, so just stop it. So I have to reel her back in sometimes. Pooh says, I vent, but I don't do too much no more. I do it privately. I know that's right. I usually do privately. You know, I ain't venting off the chain because I could. But yes, that's my little rant for it. That's why I have been incognito. Hey, KOK, welcome in. Love you too, sweetie. Good to see you. Hope says, do it as long as you need to. We all need to vent. I know, right? We all definitely need to vent. Twins Party of Five says, hey, y'all. Hey, welcome in. Pooh says, hey, Shy. Lisa Bell says, hey, my Katrina and everyone. Hey, Lisa, my Bell. Welcome, welcome. Pooh says, hey, Lisa. All right, so, yeah, I will be doing, focusing more on self-preservation type baskets, self-healing, pampering, things like that. Now, somebody posted, I think it was S. Marie, posted some recalls on body butters, and salts. So y'all make sure you go and look at S. Marie's post. So if you have purchased some, I think vanilla something, I don't know if it was vanilla bean or that green one that we all get, but make sure you look at her post and see if you have any of those products because they are on a recall. So I know that some of these recalls, y'all, some of this stuff that they're recalling is causing blindness. Um, I think one of the channels I watched said two people have already died from some of these products. So it's on YouTube, and that is where I saw those posts, and then I saw S. Marie's post. So Hope says you didn't do too much. Ooh, and it ran away, Hope. Let me run you back, honey. Auntie, you spoke your truth. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you got to sometimes. And like I said, I don't like to complain. I know y'all never really hear me complain about a whole lot. You will always hear me calling people I work with a den of demons, because that's what it is. It's facts. Facts, facts, facts. Or a den of demons. I feel like I need to have sage in my pocket, taped to my forehead, and hanging out my nose every time I go in there, okay? Pooh says, Mommy, I'll text you to fill you in. KOK says, okay, sweetie. Let's see. Pooh says, I got sold. What you get sold, girl? So if they have them, I'm sorry. Oh, it got sold. So if they have them, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't. What can you say? I think the recall just came out today. So If you've already sold some of that stuff, I wouldn't stress over it, but definitely just go see what it is and see if you have any of those things, because if there's a recall on it, they have to give you your money back. Um, Alva Barnum is in the building. Hey, Alva, welcome in. Says I saw the recalls by Pam. That's her name. I couldn't think of her name, girl. It's praying time for real. I know that's right. Pretty Girl Designs by Tasha's in the building with pink hearts. Hey, pretty girl, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I've been watching some of y'all from in the bushes because that's about all I've been able to do. But Tasha, that baby's getting so big and so pretty, looking like her grandma. Who says Vanilla Bean got sold last year? Yes, honey, I sold plenty of those. I still got some down there. I'm not sure if it said Vanilla Bean, but it's Vanilla something, and it's in S. Marie's post. Let me fix. No, I didn't want to fix that. Yeah, that's in. It's in S. Marie's post, so you can look and see what the bottle says, because it's a black and white picture. So I didn't know if it was that green vanilla bean bottle or what it was. But yes, y'all, I've been watching some of y'all in the bushes. Congratulations, Pooh Bear, on almost 1,000. Go ahead, girl. Congratulations to my girl Shamika, 900. I'll be here. I'm watching. I see y'all. I see you. Pretty girl says thank you. We both laying in this bed watching your live, girl. I'm gonna get in the bed eventually. Eventually, y'all. Because I still got these folks to go pick up. So, like I said, I'm going to see if I can get my mom to do the first round. She's in Bible study right now. Pooh says, thank you, Auntie. You're welcome, sweetie. You are very welcome. Um, I hope and pray that everybody is in a safe place. Now, I will tell you this. I haven't talked to my girl Rochelle here lately, but I am hearing that there are mountain lions loose in Rochester, and I believe Rochelle's in Rochester. And I know that ICE is very, 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 very busy in New York. Okay, um, we have not had any ICE encounters here. Hey, there's my girl. Hey, Shamika, how you doing? I'm good, sweetie. I'm good. Congratulations on your subscribers. Um, Pooh said yes, she spoke on it. So I heard about it and I thought, oh my Lord, can you just imagine walking down the street and next thing you know, a mountain lion's chasing you? Goodness, goodness, goodness. I don't even want a gnat chasing me. So Sedona says, hey y'all, everybody. Hey Sedona, you're welcome, Shamika. You're very welcome, huh? I told everybody I'll be watching y'all. I ain't really been able to pop on, and let me just say this. I've told y'all in the past that a whole bunch of folks could do a whole bunch of stuff at my job, but if I do it, everybody getting an email, and that's when it becomes a problem. So um, when I tell y'all I am in my box at work, I'm in my box. I got nothing to say other than, hi, how are you today? Hope you're feeling better. Are you having any pain? Let me give you some pain medicine. Uh, them folks I work with, hey, good morning. And I'm done because I'm giving them nothing. I refuse. Pooh says they can't catch it. I heard. I was watching that. I was like, Lord have mercy. I mean, I have red foxes here. Okay, but my patio is elevated. I mean, we're not even on the ground. Let me just show you. Yeah, I'm gonna spin this around so I can see what we're looking at. Okay, y'all see that? I don't want to drop my phone, but all right. So we are up here. It is 9 steps to my front porch. Well, 9 steps to the front porch. Then you walk in the house, 9 more steps up to upstairs because it's a split foyer house. So my kitchen and all of that is upstairs. This patio is off my kitchen, so it is built up. It's not down on the ground. And we have a whole bunch of red foxes out here. Now I haven't seen any here lately. But if my garden was down on the ground, I'd be having all kinds of problems with all kinds of critters up in here because we got them. Now I ain't never seen no mountain lions, but we definitely got the red-tailed foxes. I got a armadillo somewhere over there that squeals like a girl. And I mean, had my mama outside with a stick, y'all, trying to find this armadillo. My son-in-law out there with her, and they egging each other on. I told both of them, I said, I see right now that you two cannot be set loose together. So I'm going to need for y'all to bring the sticks in the house and leave the armadillo alone, okay? Leave him alone. Girl. All right, Pooh says, the three amigos on the way, Shy, Shamika, and Pooh. We got this. All right, y'all come on. Y'all come on. But, yeah, that's how high off the ground I am. Um, so I don't really worry about what's down there. I worry more about what's up there in them trees. Because snakes can climb trees, and I don't want none jumping down here on my porch trying to eat these groceries. Not that they will, but they might. They might try it. But I guess they would have to know they're up here, and I haven't had any problems with that. So I don't even have a whole lot of bugs up here. I get gnats, but they're just gnats. But my plants are growing great, y'all. They are growing very well. I got probably 4 bell peppers fixing to pop out on this plant. I got some banana peppers and jalapenos fixing to pop out on that plant. We got 3 tomatoes over here, and I got about 5 more flowers getting ready to sprout tomatoes, and then some more cherry tomatoes, regular tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. My carrots are popping up. My basil is popping up. I got okra popping up. Green beans that are going to be green beaning here soon. We got cucumbers that are about to lay some cucumbers out. And I got a bunch of potatoes. I got 2 bags of sweet potatoes that are growing great and 2 bags of regular potatoes that are also growing great. So the garden is doing great. I'm not stressing over it. I'm actually very excited about it. Um, Chosen, you in the building, girl? She says, hey, sis in the Krafty Kreators. Hey, darling. Um, so, yeah, we definitely got it going on here with the garden. Now, the corn, he okay. He don't like this back porch too much because he don't be trying to grow like I want him to. And the watermelon, forget it, honey. I done did the watermelon 4 times, and he do not want to grow up here. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a different spot for the watermelon. Pooh says, hey, Chosen. And Stephanie says, hey, Chosen. Lisa Bell says, hey, Chosen. There's Miss Deandra Delray says, hey, Katrina. Hey, darling, welcome in. Thank y'all for popping in with me tonight. I appreciate you. All right, so I went to my roses slash big lots slash roses. I guess depends on which side of the glass you're drinking out of. I don't know. I know if you go in there, the store says big lots, but they got stuff in there that's marked that says roses on it. So I know that there's a combination thing going on here. Let's see. Gifts by Chosen says, I just want some cucumbers and strawberries. Yeah, I'm going to get a strawberry plant, but I'm going to wait just a little bit to get some of this. My main thing is to wait until these potatoes are done, because that's 4 bags that I can use for something else. I don't want to be buying a whole bunch of these bags. Plus, I've got bok choy cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and something else. I have to read what it is, but I got that. Those are seeded, and I still have to plant those. So I'm still gonna have to get some more planters, but I don't want to get a whole lot of bags for this back porch. I want to get a couple of raised beds, but I don't want to put a whole lot on the back porch because I don't want my back porch to become unsturdy. It's sturdy right now, but I got a lot of bags and stuff on here, and that's going to a lot of wet time on this wood here, and I don't want to do that. Once we get the fence in, we'll get that down on the ground. I'm just kind of waiting to see what's happening in the country, because I'm not putting a whole lot of money into a house that I may have to sell. So that's what I'm looking at, y'all. That is what I am looking at. Um, Gifts by Chosen says, great evening at Deandra. Now, what y'all laughing at? What I missed? Let me go back. I missed more. Nope, I ain't missed nothing. All right, so anyway, I did go there, and I was looking for the what do they call? What do y'all call them? The cigar perfumes. I think that's what she calls them, cigar perfumes. And they were all out of them, y'all. So I wanted to kick myself, because you remember I went the last time and I saw them, and I was like, ooh, they got them. So I was gonna wait because they only had them for the women. They didn't have any of the men's. And then I went back, they didn't have any. So I was like, ah. So I'm hoping next weekend when I go in there, they have some. S. Marie is in the building, says hello. Hey, S. Marie. Welcome, welcome. She says, miss you. I hope all is well. Yeah, everything is well, S. Marie. I had to do my little vent, my little rant. Um, so if y'all missed my rant, go on back and watch the rant. It wasn't that bad, but yes, I definitely had to let everybody know what's been going on, where I've been, what the dealio is, and like I said, everything it is coming to a plateau and getting better now. But I definitely had to take a step back from everything, everything, because I was like, hold up, this is just not working for me. Um, but we will be on. Uh, I definitely will be live next Friday. I'll probably be live this Friday too. I don't know yet because I have to work. And for some reason, they think we're supposed to work our shift and stay even if we're not on call. And I am on call Saturday and Sunday this weekend, with no days off this week. So I'm definitely going to be wore out. But I'm going to try to go live Friday. But I definitely will be going live next Friday night because I will be doing the birthday drawing for June. All right, so I did put a post up. If you are a June baby, make sure you put your birthday in that post so we can get the drawing done. I know I said I was going to try to do that drawing at the beginning of the month, but yeah, that was when everything went BAM! Right at the beginning of the month. So we will definitely be doing that drawing next Friday night. Not this coming Friday, but the next Friday. And that will give y'all some time. If you are a June baby, to put your birth dates in, you must be subscribed in order to win. All right, so yeah, but all is well, as Maria, all is well, hon. Working, working on the garden. I have been working at work, mostly at work, and then working in this house to get these folks under control. Because not control like that, but uh, uh, to where we can cohabitate together. Um, Y'all have to remember when, let's see, I'm going to say last Thanksgiving now. You know, I've been online for a long time, but last Thanksgiving is when everyone started coming home. And it was just me, my mom, and Chandrell. All right, so we've gone from 3 to 7. So it's an adjustment, and that's what I've had to really just focus on. And you know, some of that was just a matter of stepping back and watching. So Stephanie says, "Hey, Administrator S. Marie." S. Marie says, "I'll definitely catch the replay for that part. Sending hugs. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you." Sedona says, "Katrina, you have been MIA for a few weeks. Been missing you. I know, sweetie. I know. I know. I've been MIA for a few weeks, honey. Um, because I can almost assure you that for the last 2 months, it has been a roller coaster ride, and I had to just decide to get off the roller coaster, so I am off of it and restoring some order in this house because my peace was gone, y'all. My peace was so disturbed, it was ridiculous. Lisa Bell says, "Hey, Michael and Monique." S. Marie says, "Hey, Stephanie and Monique." And Chosen is saying hello. Chosen, you just ran away, honey, just as I started to read that. Stephanie says, "Nursing is a hard job for real." Yeah, it is, Stephanie. And then you take that and you try to do the best job, give the best nursing care that you can give while you're surrounded by a bunch of jackbutts. Okay, people that they don't care if you have a family, they don't care about any of those things. If they can try to mess you up, they will. There are people that feel entitled to walk up to, um, I'll just say me, and think that they can say whatever they want to say, and I ain't gonna say nothing to them. And I'm just looking at like, really. Um, I had one girl. I'm gonna give y'all an example of the irritating crap. Okay, here's a perfect example. I copy when I go in. I make a copy of the surgeries for that day, so that I know where we're at, and when it's close for time for me to go home, I know where I'm at on how many patients we have left, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, if there's a lot of patients left and there's only going to be 2 or 3 late people, I may volunteer to stay and help. There's a chance. Y'all see that? There's a chance I might. All right, but I have copied the schedule this day. And you know, anybody wants a schedule, they can copy their own. They don't, you know, I copy mine for me so that I know where I'm at in life while I'm at work. And this one nurse says to me, "How many patients we got left?" Now, we were real busy this day, and I said, "I don't know. I haven't been able to look at my paper yet to see where we're at." And she says, "Oh, okay. I didn't print one out." She said, "I figured I would just let you do that today because I know you printed out, so I was just going to let you do it." And I thought to myself, what do you mean let me do it? This is not something I needed your permission to do. So why anybody would think that that's an appropriate thing to say to somebody? Now, I know, y'all, it sounds real petty, but it's just the way people phrase things when they say it to you, like I need your permission when you're not even a supervisor here. Like, I really, you're gonna let me do it today? Here's a news flash for you: I'm gonna do it every day whether you let me or not. That's how that's gonna go. Okay. um but yeah, I just got where I don't say much of nothing to them. RA Baskets is in the building. Hey, darling, welcome in, welcome in. So that's the kind of crap that I listen to and put up with. Or let's see, Pooh says, but gain that peace back, Auntie. I am, sweetie. I am reclaiming my peace, reclaiming my peace, honey. Um, but yeah. Yeah, we get the dumb nurse treatment, and I don't open my mouth. I let them think whatever they want to think, and I go on about my business because I ain't got time to sit there and debate with somebody about something I know, and I know nursing like the back of my hand, y'all. So it's that moment that they find out I was right or I knew what I was talking about for me, but a lot of times I can't tell you how many times in one day somebody will come up to me and say something really, really stupid. And I'm like, hmm. And when I say really stupid, an example I can give you is I will take a patient to a secondary area for further recovery, give my little report, and say something like, yeah, their stats have been running a little bit low, so I did keep them on some oxygen or something like that. And maybe 20 minutes later, that nurse might come back to me and say, oh yeah, I noticed their stats were running a little bit low. I couldn't put my finger on why, and I left them on oxygen and all that. I didn't know if you were aware of it or not. You feel me, Stephanie? I know you do, girl. And I'm just like, yeah, this is what I told you when I brought them to you. And no, they don't have asthma or anything. They got the same chart I got. They were given pain medicine, and that knocked their sats down a little bit. So we kept them on some more oxygen, so that when it wears off, they can take the oxygen off and they can go home. I can't, y'all. I cannot. And I know that I get a lot of pushback sometimes. And when I do say things, I get a lot of pushback because it's one of those situations where in my arena, in the room that I work in, we're all RNs, okay, but I'm the only one with a master's degree. The supervisors, none of them have a master's. Now, I don't go around throwing that anywhere. I work very hard for it, but I don't wear it on my chest and throw it around at anybody, you know. Um, and 99% of the time, when I tell them something, it's something the supervisor said, let them know this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. So I tell them what she said, but then I got to get the, and I'm like, you need to tell your supervisor that. She just asked me to pass that message to you. I don't care how you feel about it. I honestly don't. That kind of stuff. She says, then you have to deal with the doctor's attitudes. Well, and here's the flip side to that, Stephanie, is we have some phenomenal doctors. They have the best attitudes of anybody I've seen. I mean, better than the nurses I work with. Me and the doctors get along great. I have no problem with the doctors whatsoever. And I mean, I've got their numbers in my cell phone. When I need something for a patient, I just call them from my phone. All right, they'll call from the charge phone, and 90% of the time the doctors don't answer. But I have never had a doctor not answer when I call them from my cell phone, and I don't call them and bug them unless I have to. There's a couple of doctors there that tell me whatever I think they need. If there's no order for it, to write the order and all of that. Now I don't do that. I always call them and let them know. But they do say that, whatever. But it's. I have no problem with the doctors whatsoever, Stephanie. None. But our doctors are, like I said, they have the best attitudes when they come into recovery. And there's one doctor. He's actually Russian. Real nice man. He comes in. He can call everybody in the recovery room by name, and gives everybody a hug when he comes in. Just really nice personality. But and I can say that some of the nurses I work with are getting better. they're not as jack buddish as they used to be. Chosen says my auntie is a triage nurse. Hang on, baby. And every day is something. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that, honey. I couldn't be a triage nurse. These people lie too much, honey. They do. I get folks in there that tell me, "Oh, my pain rate is a 7," and then I'll say, give them some pain medicine. 10 minutes later, what's your pain rate now? A 10. I'm like, oh, we going up. You just told me it was better. Now you give me a higher number. Is it better? That kind of thing. So Stephanie says, awesome. Don't come to Texas. Laugh out loud. Well, one thing about nursing, and with me, and I can only speak for me, is if a doctor dishes it to me, I dish it back to him. I don't care how mad he gets. Trust, and I have told doctors, trust and believe, if I didn't have to come to you, I wouldn't have. I promise you I wouldn't have. I don't know why you think I would want to come and just strike up a conversation with you about your patient. I don't. I don't want to. So if I ain't got to come to you, I'd rather not. I've told them that, like, I didn't want to call you. And then when they come and say something stupid like their patient might request something, or a patient requests something, and you have to call the doctor and ask them for it, and then he's mad, and it's one of them. I ain't got time right now. I'll get to it when I can. Like, I'm asking for it, and my reply to that is, okay, I'll let them know that. Thank you. And before I can get back there to tell the patient what he said, it's already been ordered and in the computer. I'm like, why did you have to give me all the smoke when your patient is the one requesting this? Why y'all didn't have this conversation before surgery? Why am I even having the call? How about that? But yes, Sedona, Jack Buddish. I'm trying to keep from cussing. I done said a couple of cuss words already. Vonnie's in the building, says Katrina. Hey, y'all. Hey, darling. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Anybody I have not spoken to, hello, hello. Thank y'all for popping in, y'all. All right, so, um, but yeah, I can honestly say that the nurses are getting better with some of their attitudes, and um, it's almost like, I don't know, y'all, with this era and things are going on, and I never let my guard down, but it's almost like they don't want to be associated with certain members of our society. So they're making a better effort to be better people. So I'll give some of them that. I do know that the entity that I work for, um, their motto is a culture-based melting pot of people, and they everything is culture of sensitivity, culture of this, culture of that. Um, which is great, fine and dandy. But there's always one or two, that to me they ain't never gonna change, and I'm not very good at people I don't like. I'm not very good at hiding that. Never have been. Um, I have asked people that not at work, but when I was in high school, I remember this girl coming and she said something to me, and I looked at her and she said something else, and my reply to her was, "Why are you talking to me? We don't like each other. I can't stand you. So don't come over here talking to me. Go find you something safe to do, okay?" And she wasn't saying nothing bad. I just didn't like her, and I didn't want her to talk to me. Go talk to somebody else. you know, I'm not like that anymore, though. I'm a good girl now. I am. I am. Like I said, I but that's where I've been. That's what I've been up to, y'all. And work has been nonstop because, like I said, I don't know. They have cut several positions at the hospital. Um, I don't think mine's in danger. I don't think anybody in the surgical department is in danger. But them days off they used to give us and everything, ain't nobody getting too many of those right now because we do have new doctors there, so they are stacking way more surgeries. And like I said, I got off tonight. I know that they're not going to get out of there till midnight tonight. After midnight, I think one of the surgeries ends 1 minute after midnight, so they'll be there till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Trying because they got to recover that patient, and sometimes it takes an hour to 2 hours just to recover a patient to get them to the floor if they're an inpatient, or to discharge them home. They have to really be fully recovered. Um, the ones that go to the floor, if they're sleepy, drowsy, falling asleep and all that, that's okay. They're going to the floor in a hospital bed. But those folks going home, we got to get them up, walk them, make sure they are stable and coherent enough, um, and that they can ambulate or walk, so that if the house catches on fire, they can get out. That kind of thing. It's a little bit different than taking somebody to the floor that's going to be an inpatient. But it's fun. I love doing nursing. I love doing my crafting, and I most certainly love doing my gardening. All right, so let me tell you what's coming up here in the Crafty Corner, y'all. I will have a haul video coming up next week, which I told y'all that already. I also have a Cricut Design Space class coming up. All right, and I will be posting that date. And I've already posted the materials list things that you may want to have or have on hand. And if you all plan on attending that class, make sure you email me so I'll have your email addresses, because I will need your email addresses or phone numbers for the Zoom meeting. And we're going to have to do this on Zoom. So we're going to get it together, and I will get that date out to everybody. But like I said, if you plan on going to that one, make sure you send me your email. I have some of your emails, but I do not have everyone's. And Zoom, I think I can get more people in Zoom than I can on the other platform. Um, but anyway, that's going to be a fun class. We're going to get that done. We got the birthday club. Make sure if you have a June birthday, you sign up. That is in the post. I've already posted that. All right, and we will have the June birthday drawing, not this coming Friday, but the next Friday. All right, which I believe is the 25th. I believe that's July 25th. But don't quote me on that. And then I have we have some basket stuff and some organization stuff coming up because I've got to get the Crafty Corner organized. Pooh made me jealous when I saw the ribbons just organized. Just had the ribbon just sitting up there, perky and everything. Ribbon looked like it had a new bra on. It was sitting up so perky, y'all. I'm like, wow. Katrina, you need to get your ish together, okay? So I got all of that going on, y'all. I got a whole shelf down there in the garage that I haven't used yet. That I'm going to be bringing up in the house. Actually, I'm going to be using that for something other than crafting, because I don't need one more shelf in the shed. So I haven't put no more shelves in the shed. I just ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right, let's see. S. Marie says, love it. I see y'all laughing. Okay. Spotty says, I know, right? Riri. Gives Pie Chosen says, go find you something safe to do. Just letting you know that phase is about to be on repeat. I know that's right. Tell them quick. Y'all need to go find y'all something safe to do, because messing with me ain't safe for you. It is not. You are not in a safe space right now. You're not. You're not. You're not in a safe space at all. I'm gonna need for you to skedaddle somewhere, okay? S. Marie laughing at Vonnie. Vonnie's laughing. Vonnie says, I can't wait to use that. Um, the way I hollered, oh my God, Gifts by Chosen. I know, y'all. Yes, y'all just cracking up, crying and everything over here. Yeah, I'll tell them in a minute, go find them something safe to do. But anywho, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here because I do got folks I got to go pick up tonight. Um, and like I said, we got some hauls coming up. I'm gonna need from some of these stores to stock up some more things, but I found a few new stores and I will have some hauls from there because I'm going back to pick up some more things there. But I'm gonna let y'all get off of this live. I thank y'all so much for thinking about your girl. Those of you that have called me, text me, just to check on me, I appreciate you. Messaged me, or even put a note, a comment in one of the videos here. I appreciate it. It's nice to know that somebody out there is thinking about me. So I appreciate all of y'all and your support and checking on me. And Bonnie says, okay, it's a rewatch for me. Um, Shamika says, have a great night. Thank y'all for the gold hearts. I appreciate that. Chosen says, I did call you back, ma'am. I know. When I picked the phone up to answer it, girl, it stopped ringing. I said, and I was in the bed too, but I said, now, Chosen probably said, she probably gone to bed. Let me hang this phone up. But I couldn't get over there to answer it fast enough at all. Could not get over there to answer it. Mikael's Variety Gift Baskets and more says, have a blessed night, Katrina and everyone. Thank you, darling. You too. And there's RA Gifts with my gold hearts. Donna with the gold hearts. All right, y'all. So you all keep making those wonderful baskets and know that I am back here in the bushes watching. If I can jump on your lives, I will. But I definitely will be trying to leave comments and stuff. There's LBE. Hello, darling. Welcome in. Thank you for popping in. I was just telling everybody that I miss all of y'all. I've had a lot going on and had to take a little sabbatical, a little break, a little step back. But sister about to get pumping, and like I said, everything that has been going on, I've done vented and told y'all all of that. So we're gonna pray all of it gets even better than it has been getting. Um, and I love you all. I love you back, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Um, I appreciate y'all popping in, sticking with me, and all of your support and love and all of that. I really do. Um, we have been lucky. Nobody has been in the hospital, so that has been great. Chosen says, I'm hoping to be back next week because I miss y'all. I miss you too, y'all. I miss all of y'all. I do. But no, I have know that I have been watching your videos and watching your lives. I haven't really been in a place where I could pop in and say anything. But I do try to leave comments. My daughter is doing fine, Sedona. We have not had to break out the EpiPen. So I'm pretty sure that she's just about put a finger on what it is she's allergic to, because she's been really monitoring that, and she has not had any more episodes of the severe allergic reactions. So in that perspective, we have been blessed. Chandrell is doing much better too. Whatever that funky stuff she had is gone. We mucinexed it out of her. So it is gone too. But anywho, I am going to let you all get out of here. Y'all hear the animals getting crazy now. I can hear it. They gone crazy, y'all. Um, and I'm gonna go in here and finish up these tomato basil seasoning and dinner that I cooked tonight, and then send my mom to go pick them up because I'm going to have to go out at midnight and pick up my grandson. So that's been part of the issues right there, y'all. One gets off at 9, the other one gets off at 10, one gets off at 12, one's got to be at work at 3 or 4 or whatever. And I'm looking, and we got one car, and I'm just looking at all of them shaking my head. But anyhow, y'all, girl, crickets. I got a woody woodpecker. I got 2 woody woodpeckers now out here, but I come out here in the mornings, that woodpecker going to town, y'all. But yes, crickets, woodpeckers, everything, beetles, you name it, they're all out here. I killed some spiders this morning. Um, But you all have a wonderful and great night, and keep everybody prayed up. And y'all are always in my prayers. And I appreciate you. Like I said, you all keep supporting each other. Keep building those baskets. I am in the woodworks watching. All right, and I do love um, the advice, the concepts, the tips. Keep an eye out for the post for the design space class. All right, and we will be going um, from there, y'all. And I will, like I said, I will see y'all again Friday night. Maybe not be as this long, but I definitely will pop in Friday. Um, and then our drawing for the birthday club will be next Friday night. All right, not this Friday, but next Friday night. All right, so you all be blessed, but most importantly, be a blessing. Good night.